What is up, guys? I've been meaning to review this movie for a long time, but I had to catch up on my on my movie reviews of 22 Jump Street. Yeah, 22 Jump Street, Ride Along, Green Lantern, and Man of Steel. Just films like that. So I never really got around to doing this. I actually forgot about this film. I rented this film out of Redbox. I actually forgot about this film. It's called Devil's Due. Now, this movie's basically about a girl and a man. They're getting married, and they go into their honeymoon. And they get into a taxi cab with this guy. And then he takes them to a bar and gets them drunk. And then he puts like a demon inside of the girl. Quick saying. One thing about this movie, the jump scares are so predictable. Like, oh god. Like there's teenagers out in the woods. And there's teenagers out in the woods, and there's a dead deer. And there's a dead deer. And you know that something's going to happen. I mean, in the woods, alone, with a deer that obviously had been cut with a knife, and there was like a symbol carved into it. You know there's something going to happen. Well, anyways, the girl gets pregnant, and she has a baby. Well, she doesn't have the baby, but she's pregnant, and yeah. She's pregnant, and it turns out that the baby's like a demon inside of her that the taxi cab driver wanted. And it was weird. This movie was really weird. Like, it wasn't even that scary of a movie, to be honest with you. I mean, it depends on who you are to be scared of it. If you're somebody who's like a horror movie specialist like me, like I've seen so many horror movies. I actually like horror movies. I never get scared in a horror movie, like literally never. Like, I've seen so many horror movies, I'm just not scared of them. But if you're somebody like my friend Travis, also known on YouTube as Traverator, you're gonna cry during this movie, because this movie, it's not that scary, but it's not to me anyway. But it's scary. I'm not gonna say it's 100% comfortable to watch. But yeah, she goes in like this marketplace, and she's like just takes out a bag, like a hamburger meat. And she just starts eating it in front of everybody. It was really weird. It showed it over the security cam. And this film was pretty good, actually, but it wasn't the best. And there was this film where this guy accidentally hit her car or something like that, and I can't remember. And then she, like, throws them, she, like, hits their car, like, really hard or something like that. Or whatever. But anyway, towards the end of the movie, this guy catches these guys going to... getting ready to break into his house, the taxi cab people or whatever, and he runs out after him. Then he goes into their house and sees that they're having like this weird assembly thing, like satanic thing going on in there, and he runs out as quick as he can, and then he gets caught, and then he runs back to his house, and he sees that his sister died because he left his sister with his wife or whatever, the wife with the demon inside of her. And yeah, the wife at the end, he tries to comfort his wife, and then she like throws him, and then the guy never dies, the wife does, the one with the demon in her, and then she takes a knife and cuts the baby out of her, and then these guys go in there, the taxi cab driver and a couple other people go in there, and they take the baby and take off with it. And towards the end, this man, the wife's husband, he goes to jail. Well, yeah, and then he goes and he has to explain himself. He's like, I told you I didn't do it. He did, yeah, like he's trying to explain something, but they don't believe him. He has like blood all over him and stuff. And it makes it pretty obvious that he done it, but he didn't do it. So, yeah, Devil's Due. Overall, the movie, it's not really that scary. I mean, yeah, the jump scares are they're just so predictable. I like having movies where they're not predictable at all. Like they're so predictable. There was this one scene where this little girl walks into a dark room. You know that something's going to happen. I mean, you know that it's just not going for nothing not to happen. Well, anyways, here's what happens when she walks into the room. The wife jumps out. She says, "Get out of here!" Like that kind of thing. She's like, "Get out of here!" Yeah, that's pretty much all Devil's Due really is. I mean, it's nothing really special. Overall, I'll give this movie a 6.4 out of 10. This movie gets a 6.4 out of 10. And so, peace out, YouTube. This movie, 6.4 out of 10. Devil's Due. 2014 film.